Claudia didn't go looking for another man. She wasn't unhappy enough to leave, but she wasn't happy enough to feel alive. Then one conversation changed everything. Not flirting, not cheating, just someone who finally saw her, the way she used to be seen. And that's how she met the love of her life. After she was already married. Michael wasn't a bad husband. He worked hard, paid the bills, stayed loyal, but he barely communicated unless something was important. Send me that file. I'll be late. Did you handle the payment? When Claudia talked, he listened halfway. When she laughed, he was distracted. When she sat beside him, she felt alone. There were no deep talks anymore. No random affection. No how are you really feeling. Being around Michael started to feel boring. Not painful, just empty. Claudia met Ethan when their car broke down. He was the mechanic who repaired it. Friendly, easy smile, calm energy. While explaining the repair, he actually looked at her when she spoke. Later, he found her on Instagram and followed her. She hesitated, then followed back. They started chatting. At first, it was simple. How did the car drive after the repair? Hope you got home safe. How was your day today? Michael hadn't asked that in a long time. Ethan remembered details. If she mentioned being tired, he'd say, make sure you rest tonight. If she said work was stressful, I'm proud of how strong you are. Small messages, gentle care, and slowly, Claudia felt something waking up inside her. Not because Ethan was trying to steal her, but because he was present. She told herself it was harmless. But she smiled at his texts, waited for his replies, felt seen again. Meanwhile, Michael was still busy, still quiet, still assuming everything was fine. Because she never complained. Claudia wasn't trying to fall in love. But attention is powerful, and the heart grows where it feels heard. One night, Michael sat beside her answering emails. Ethan's message popped up. Don't forget, you deserve to feel appreciated. Claudia looked at her husband, then at her phone, and she understood something that scared her. The man she married gave her a life. The man she met later made her feel alive. And now she had to decide which kind of love she could live with, and which one she couldn't forget. Claudia and Ethan started meeting more often. Coffee turned into long drives. Long drives turned into sitting in parked cars just talking for hours. With Ethan, she laughed louder, talked deeper, felt younger. One night, they went to a friend's birthday party. Music, lights, drinks. Claudia didn't usually drink much, but that night she did. For the first time in years, she felt carefree. On the ride back, sitting in Ethan's car, the air felt heavy. She looked at him longer than she should have, leaned in, then stopped herself. I can't, she whispered. Ethan nodded, drove her home, said goodnight. But that moment didn't disappear. It stayed in her thoughts all night. The next day, she texted him, can we talk? They met again. No party, no noise, just the two of them. The feelings they had been pretending were harmless finally became something neither of them could ignore. Claudia crossed a line she had promised herself she never would. After that day, everything changed. Guilt followed her home, but so did a feeling she hadn't felt in years. Claudia started doing things she never imagined. She bought Ethan clothes, shoes he once said he liked but couldn't afford. Sometimes she sent him money, saying she just wanted to see him happy. Michael trusted her completely. When she asked for money, he gave it without question. He thought he was supporting his wife. He didn't know he was funding the life she was building with someone else. At night, lying beside her sleeping husband, Claudia would text Ethan, complaining. He's already asleep. He never has energy for me. He doesn't even try anymore. She poured her frustrations into Ethan, pushing herself further away from her marriage. Weeks later, Claudia stared at a pregnancy test in disbelief. Her heart pounded so loud it felt like it would give her away. Michael would be happy. He had always talked about wanting a child. But Claudia's mind wasn't calm. Because deep down, she knew the timeline didn't feel right. Michael noticed her anxiety, her distance, her sudden mood swings. Then one night, he saw a message pop up on her phone. Ethan, just a name, but enough to make doubt take root. When the baby was born, Michael held the child with tears in his eyes. But love and doubt can exist in the same heart. Weeks later, he asked quietly, "Can we do a DNA test, just to be sure?" Claudia felt the air leave her lungs, because the truth she had been avoiding was now standing right in front of her. When the results came, Michael didn't shout. He didn't slam doors. He just sat in silence. Then he filed for divorce. No drama, just quiet heartbreak. Claudia ran to Ethan, believing love would finally be enough. But Ethan had a girlfriend, someone he planned to marry. And Claudia realized the man she risked everything for was never planning a future with her. She didn't just lose her husband. She lost the illusion too. Lesson: sometimes we chase a feeling and lose the people who truly loved us. And when the excitement fades, we're left with the consequences, not the fantasy.